Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Hyundai Tucson guys. And if you need to remove or replace valve cover gasket, you have a leaking valve cover gasket, stay with us, we will explain how to do that, everything from start to finish on a 2.4 GDI engine. Let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information to you. Now, if you guys need to buy tools, parts for a really good price and quick shipping as well, check out the link in the description of the video below and you can see where we get all our tools and supplies from. So this is the engine right here that we'll be demonstrating on. This is a 2.4 GDI. It will be the same way being in the vehicle, but we'll be making hundreds of videos that can potentially save you thousands of dollars, and with the engine being out we can clearly show you things guys. So now, number one, okay, let's explain something. Before you start, you need to disconnect the car battery. Why? Because you will be removing the high pressure fuel pump, fuel lines, you will leak fuel, and you can catch yourself on fire. By disconnecting the car battery, you can reduce that risk. It still exists, but you can reduce it. And on these modern cars, it really matters which battery terminal you disconnect and reconnect first. Do it the wrong way, guys, and you can cause damage to the engine, computer, and the electrical system. So we have a special video that explains the proper way to disconnect the car battery and reconnect it. I'll put the link in the description of the video below. Number two, have a fire extinguisher on the side, protective gloves, high protection. Also, what you want to do guys, okay, make sure the engine is cold, it's not hot, because you will be spilling fuel, and make sure that you don't have an open flame, spark, anything next to you, no smoking. Now, with that being said, okay, that's the valve cover right here. In order to remove it now, okay, what do we need to do? We need to come here on the back side. Okay, that's the exhaust VVT solenoid. We need to disconnect it here. We need to go ahead and disconnect the wires for that, and you can even reach through the holes here and squeeze them if you're afraid that you can break them. Now, right here, those things, okay, those gray things for the ignition codes, they need to come out. That's the safety locks. Once they come out, you press down, okay, and you pull them out. If it's stuck, what you can do, push in, then press down, and then disconnect it. Perfect. Now, right here we need to disconnect the the volume for the high pressure fuel pump, volume sensor. So we'll go ahead and disconnect that one, and disconnect it right here. Over there guys, okay, let me show you now. Okay, right here we'll have two bolts that we'll need to remove. We need to remove ignition coils as well, so we can flip the wiring harness to the side. So let's go ahead, do that now. Okay, perfect. Now, we have some there. Perfect, ignition coils came out. Now, right here you have the intake hose, we have it removed, but you will be able to either disconnect it from the intake hose or from right here, it's up to you. Next we'll disconnect the fuel line. Before we continue, here you have the low pressure fuel line. If you don't know how to disconnect it, we have a special video on our channel, how to disconnect fuel line on a Hyundai, on our main YouTube channel, Auto Repair guys. Then you will be probably leaking fuel, but carefully disconnect, okay, that line as well. Okay, that's a high pressure fuel line. Perfect. Now that line practically, okay, can come out like that. Now let's see what else we have here. Okay, Pcv hose. Let's go ahead and remove that Pcv hose, okay, to be out of the way, not to forget it. Two bolts for the high pressure fuel pump. Just remove a little bit one, then the other one, not one over cylinder, because it's spring loaded pump, and depending on where it stopped on the camshaft, you can have quite a bit of tension. Also guys, that will be the time to inspect your tappet, okay, because that one, okay, if it fails, it can destroy your engine, okay, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, we'll have a link in the description of the video below where you can buy replacement one from. So our pump practically stopped at a point where it didn't have too much pressure. Now, right here we need to start removing all the bolts for the valve cover. So, starting from the back there, you can see where all the bolts are. Okay, they will come out, guys. Okay, be prepared, they will come out. Now, in the middle you have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, because this one we gotta lose. 2 for the next fuel pump there. We need to remove those as well. Perfect. Now you grab each one of the bolts, okay, and we need to pull them out. Okay, I dropped another one. You have to be kind of like careful, okay, not to drop them. Perfect. So we have a few more here. Okay, great. 2 more. Let's see. I don't think we have more bolts. Now, right here we have a, okay, that's a mount for a wire. We need to just pull it to the side a little bit. Now that gasket may be stuck depending how bad your valve cover could be stuck depending on how bad the gasket is, and you can see the valve cover came out just like that. So once the valve cover comes out, okay, the gasket is on the back side. Now make sure to stand till the end. We want to share something very helpful. That gasket, guys, okay, may be burned and it may not come out easily. It may come out in pieces. It really depends how bad it is. Make sure that, okay, you remove the middle section here as well. Okay, this is for the spark plugs. If you guys have engine oil in the spark plug wells, this is the reason why, because your gasket failed on the inner section. Now, once you remove it, you need to clean the canal really good. Once you clean it, you can place the new gasket here. Right here, that's where its silicone used to be. You need to clean that area really good. Clean the whole cylinder head really good to make sure it doesn't have greasy spots. Okay, and that area here, where the timing cover meets the cylinder head, you need to apply a dot of silicone and 1 dot towards the back side right here as well when you put it together. And if you want to see the torque specs for the valve cover, we have the video on the channel that's called Torque Specs, Hyundai Tucson valve cover torque specs. Check it out, it will teach you how to do that. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.